I just want to give you a little background about the ijaza. What is the ijaza? As I mentioned before, the ijaza, the word ijaza means a grant. When you grant someone an authority, permission of a certain standard, like at a university or a college, you're given accreditation. The Quranic tradition of recitation has always been an oral tradition. It's been something passed from heart to heart. When Jibreel alayhi salam came down and he recited the Quran to the Prophet, every single verse went into the heart of the Prophet, and he would utter those words out aloud in the presence of the Sahaba, who would also memorize every single letter and word that was heard. Some of them would write it on leather parchments, some of them would write it on rocks, and then over 23 years the Quran was revealed like this, in this oral tradition. And then towards the end of the Prophet's life, the Quran was compiled together into a compilation, a structured compilation, and at the time of the first Khalifa, the Quran was already in place. And since then, whoever memorized the Quran would memorize to and recite to the teacher above them. So from the Sahaba to the next generation to the next generation. So the ijaza is when you learn of a teacher who comes from this tradition of recitation, going back to Sahaba, which goes back to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and to the essence itself, which was Jibreel. And so this is the process of connecting our children to this legacy, to the tradition of the Quran, which goes back to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And to get the ijaza, the most important thing is the link that you have. If you go around the world, there's a lot of links of the ijaza, but the actual accepted or most recognized ijaza is the one that finds a chain that goes back directly to the Prophet. And I don't mean this in any cultural stereotype, but the Arab ijaza is the most strongest ijaza, because the Arabs are the people of the language. To learn Quran traditionally, it's always done through Arabs. And this is called an ijaza ceremony. And ijaza in Arabic, as also you will know in other languages, means permission. And this is the granting of a standard from one teacher to another teacher. So this is today the granting of one generation to another generation. And our students here, they are the future. So this is the celebration of today, to celebrate tomorrow's teachers. And this is the love of the Holy Quran that we are celebrating today, being transferred into the hearts of our children. So that's the backdrop, that's the background of today's ceremony. And as ever, every ceremony is celebrated through the Quran. The Quran always, in ceremonies like this, always celebrates itself. We understand the Quran through the Quran, and today we will celebrate the Quran through the Quran.